right near these hydrangeas is where a lot of my lovely exotic snowdrops are. But right here at the base are the most extraordinary mushrooms. Look at those. This one is here. You're a very interesting fungus person, aren't you, Inca? Look at that mushroom though. It's broken off. It is extraordinary, isn't it? But there's one that's still attached to the ground. If you move, look, this one here. There. See, it's still attached coming out. Looks like, I don't know, you could say it looks like something repulsive, or it's something that grows from under the sea. It is extraordinary, these mushrooms, though. Aren't they, pup? Yeah. Very interesting mushrooms. Very. Are you interested in them, too? Everybody's interested in these mushrooms. You're going to break them up. You're so big, Doofus. His nickname's Doofus. Anyway, I don't know what those mushrooms are. You are so huge. You're going to destroy the last remaining one that's attached to the ground. I planted this Japanese maple in the spring, and it's gorgeous in the woods. Look at the color. And the beech is in the background. The beech tree and the lime, two kind of yellows and coppers. But it's very beautiful autumnal color. It was a kind of green, this particular maple. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. No, I don't know what kind it is. Sorry. I'm not that clever. So here's a fern I planted here. And I planted some more here underneath this Japanese maple. It's a nice place to sit and rest on this log. But it's clouding over, and it's, I don't know, I think it's before 9 this morning. It's like 8:30, I think. Come on, dogs. Come on, boys and girls. Good dogs. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Whoops. Stepping over that. Whee! Sliding down. Okay. Come on, dogs. Java, he blends in. So does Maya. They blend into the autumnal leaves. Clever dogs. Clever dogs. A cold but sunny day, doing a little job in the woods. And one of the jobs that I want to do is, this is the pathway that I've been working on the longest. Then there's that little pathway that goes along there with all my baby holly trees there. And Maya's decided to start digging a hole. What are you digging? You're going to help create a path too, huh? Anyway, I want to, sometimes when I'm walking up the hill, I'd like to cut down here to go that way, or cut down here to see something or something. Anyway, this tree fell down, and I realized, I mean, this tree is long time dead, that I just have to remove a few branches. There's a big hole underneath this log. I'm going to leave that log, but I'm going to remove these branches, and then I'm going to fill that hole like I've been filling a lot of the holes. And those of you who've been following me will remember there's a huge hole there I filled in with timber and then covered with soil. There was another huge hole right here that you wouldn't even know was here now, that I filled. Here's the little bit of evidence of some of the logs that I used to fill it right here on the edge. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm not going to move this, but I'm going to make this safer for me so I don't slide down into that hole and break my ankle. All the stones I save for wall building, or you can see holding up that edge of that path there. So I'm gonna remove the last of these. I've already removed a few of these. This stick here, it's very dead. And then I find rotten bits of wood like this, and I feel that, no, don't take that. Leave it, leave it. He wants to have it as a stick, don't you? You guys. Okay. Move this out of the way. This is a very dead branch. Oh! That just came back and hit me across my legs. It's hooked over there. Okay. There. It's over. And they're all having a fight over a rat hole. But look at this lovely big log. It's rotten. And I'm going to put this in the hole. So they're fighting over who can dig in the rat hole, Bear or Inca. But here's, that will slot in there. Yeah, see, I just have to fill that hole up. So I'm going to find more dead bits in this pile and around and fill that hole in, and then it can level and be a step. So I can step, and step up here. This stone I gotta move somewhere else, because at that hole I don't want to break my ankle in. So I filled this hole in so I don't slide sideways down this little stretch. So that hole's filled in, unless he starts taking it away as sticks. No, 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 no. Just as I was saying it, you do it. And this hole is filled in. I'm gonna have to remove that stone because it's right in the way. But that's a lot better. So, and the dogs are even using it. You know you're successful when all the dogs use the step you've just created. But that'll make it much easier to get back up there. And so I've got to move that stone, fill that in, fill the back of this in, and Bob's your uncle. There. Now, got a phone call that a friend's turning up for coffee. So I'm gonna head back home and go for my coffee. And she's gonna bring a gluten-free piece of cheesecake. So I'm really looking forward to that. Isn't that right, Pops? Come on. Ooh. I'm gonna have to take these in. This is for watering my babies that I planted this year. Like this lovely holly here. Look, it has lots of berries in it. Okay, so I've got to take those all home. That's for summer watering. In the winter we don't need it. I forgot to show you my beautiful flat stone I discovered pulling all the dead logs out. I'm going to use this as a step somewhere in the woods. But look at that. Really old, beautiful flat stone will be put to good use. Okay, time for coffee. As temperatures drop, I'm trying to think of more and more clever ways of retaining heat inside. One, of course, is black bins full of water. Those absorb the heat. The dogs are outside. They want to come in. I don't want them in because the job that I'm doing now, so you can see everything's lovely, is this has been a soil path here in the middle. And I found these cement squares kind of things. And so I'm going to start laying them so that they can heat up when the sun is shining. The sun is shining at the moment. And it was a lot warmer in here earlier, but it's cooling down already. And what is it now? So it's about 9 Celsius at the moment. And it's dropping. No, you're not allowed in. You're too big. No, you'd make a mess of what I'm doing. So, I know you're so excited. So, I am going to start making a path. I have my tools, I have some sand, I have a level. I'm not concreting them down. What I'm going to do is put sand on them so that they're level and they don't wobble like that. And then on the sides, I will put gravel. So they're going to be level all the way through. And I kind of like these kind of rustic looking ones. They're kind of nice. Anyway, that's the plan. So, yeah, that's my inside job I'm doing. I won't be able to do it much longer because the temperature is dropping and the sun is setting. I've got to go feed sheep soon too. So just sweeping out where the next one is going to go. I've made this one level. Measured it that way and that way. And the bubble you can see here was in the center both ways, as well as that way, long way. So the next one is going to go down here. If I don't need to use sand, I don't use sand. If it works, it works. Okay, now. Oh Maya, you're in the way. Okay. Oh dear. Hopefully that isn't somebody arriving. Okay. Now. Okay, now I can already see that this one's not level. Yep, this corner here needs to go up a good bit. So, lift that back. Might have something to do with this stone that's here. Now, sand. Okay. Now, instead of a trowel, I have a brush. I don't need a leaf. See if that works. Okay. And level that way. Okay, still too low. Level that way. This is still too low. So, pick it up. Okay. Don't need that. Okay, now let's see. Nearly. Okay, now I bet my longer board to make sure that they are even. And okay. So this one, first one, is lower than this one. So anyway, that gives you an idea. It is going to be a lot of, oh, let me do this. It's going to be a lot of toing and froing, of using the level to make sure that everything is level. But at some stage, I am going to have a nice, hello, what you doing? What you doing? Yeah, you want to take part? She'd want to dig it all up. Anyway, that is what it's going to be like, but there's going to be a lot of toing and froing. Look at me. I look like I've been pulled through a bush backwards. So that's what I'm doing. But I think the sun is going down, so I think I'm going to have to go and feed sheep before it's completely dark. I think it's 3:30 maybe at the moment, something like that. Anyway, this is a job that I can do on rainy days and when it's too cold outside because it's nice and cozy in here. So there you go. And some dogs are allowed. Inca didn't want to come in, but too bad. She didn't come in. Next time I'm doing this floor, maybe. Anticipating their meal. The sun is setting over there on the western, southwestern horizon. Yes. Very posh gate. It's held in place by wire and the clip. Hungry ladies. Beautiful kitty. Yeah. Beautiful kitty. Yeah. Oh. Beautiful kitty. Yeah. Beautiful kitty. The sun is nearly set. So I've had people say, why don't you trim back all the stuff that's died back? Well, huge amount of seeds in this for the birds, the wild birds. And I was just walking up the driveway just now and a whole flurry of birds flew up from here. So they're eating the seeds from these and the seeds from these, loads of seeds. So yummy, yummy, yummy stuff for birds. So definitely don't chop things back until they're well scraggly and worn, because the birds are going to be eating all these seed heads. Isn't that right, Inkadink? Yeah. So it was quite funny coming into the yard and suddenly, whoosh, I couldn't even tell what they were. They could have been finches or yellow hammers or some wrens or sparrows. I wasn't sure what they were, but they were one of our small Irish country birds.